Welcome to a superpowered academy full of bloodthirsty teenagers. Will our main powerless protagonist survive? Prologue. The story begins with a picture of a storybook written by the narrator's father. Our story kicks off with a picture-perfect storybook penned by none other than the narrator's dad. Inside its pages lies a tale of a superpowered hero, spreading prosperity and helping the world's less fortunate, until, tragically, his journey comes to an end. But let's shift gears to the school cafeteria, a kingdom ruled by the tantalizing aroma of that famous chocolate cake. John, our protagonist, is on a quest for a slice, taking his sweet time. Yet, when the last piece gets nabbed by Arlo right from under Remy's nose, things turn into a cake-fueled showdown. Powers clash, fists fly, and all the while our guy John stumbles upon the spectacle, cakeless and ironic. Zooming into class, we find John drowning in the sea of math boredom, daydreaming of an extraordinary life. As the teacher beckons for a math whiz, John's hand shoots up, not for math but for a bathroom escape. A clash of wit and permission ensues, amid flying chalk and Martin's antics. Venturing into the corridor, John's world takes an unexpected twist, a literal fall from grace as he encounters a Blake-sized surprise, courtesy of Ison. The cause? A shattered pen. John's disbelief and sense of justice collide as he watches the pen paladins duel it out. The orange-haired Ison and the red-haired Blake duke it out. Blake fires off red laser beams as his power, while Ison uses his fists and a glowing orange aura. John quickly flees the scene as Blake charges up a move that looks suspiciously like one of Goku's. Stumbling upon a scene of bullying, our protagonist decides to step in, deciding it's time to intervene. John's no-power status takes a backseat to his sense of right and wrong. And just when you think it's over, a scene reminiscent of a classic schoolyard brawl emerges. John faces off against a bullying senior, armed with only his guts and martial arts prowess. A dance of fists and words unfolds, with John showing that power doesn't necessarily make you mighty. John blocks a fist and dodges another as he parries with a blow of his own. The bully is furious and begins to emit a purple aura as he glares at John. It seems like this boy's power is the power to turn to stone. With glowing purple eyes and an evil smile, he rushes at John and injures his arm. John notes that every blow from the bully is stone hard. Thinking of a new straitgy, John taunts the senior by calling him weak and leans by a window. The bully is infuriated and charges at John. The senior's flashy moves meet their match, and the showdown ends with a dramatic window exit. Victory tinged with a broken arm. But wait, the stage isn't empty yet. A mysterious girl perched on the rooftop signals a hint of intrigue, her phone's beep stealing the spotlight. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. What is the best superpower to have in general? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. As if a broken arm wasn't enough excitement for John, off to the doctor's he goes, facing both a healing potion and a scolding for future recklessness. The doctor, a tired blue-haired man, is pretty much done with John at this point. John springs to his feet, determined to slip away, promising more caution next time. But just as he's about to make his escape, the doctor swoops in like a ninja, blocking his path. Apparently, John's arm needs a 3-hour timeout before it's healed. Classic hospital hijinks, right? Speaking of enigmatic rooftop encounters, that mysterious girl everyone's buzzing about? Yep, her name's Sierra, and she's the rooftop legend. And wouldn't you know it, she's the one who comes running when John sends out his distress signal. John, playing the "I'm bored because I'm stuck here" card, opens up to Sierra, and she rolls her eyes with a laugh. Like, dude, you're in a hospital. Of course, you're stuck. Sierra plays along, joking about skipping class, because that's what she does best. And John's all like, "Hey, wanna keep me company?" And boom, they're suddenly twinning on the bed, scrolling through their phones, trash-talking each other over a game. Score update. John 1, Sierra 10. But just as they're having this epic rivalry showdown, a wild boom echoes in the air. Hold the phone. What was that sound? John's inner detective awakens and the doctor goes all superhero, dashing for the door. Before he can escape, though, he gives John the stare of doom and orders him to stay put. But our boy John's got a secret weapon. Sarah, he's all like, "Don't worry, Doc. I've got the almighty Sarah here." And bam, the door slams shut. John's genius plan? Send Sarah out to investigate the mystery while he enjoys his hospital stay. She gives him a thumbs up and off she goes. And guess who else is lurking around? Stone Boy. He emerges from the shadows like a disgruntled ghost, vowing vengeance on John. Drama alert! So there they are, face to face. Stoneboy's fuming, reminding John of their epic throwdown. But John's all chill, saying they're even because, hey, arm breaking counts for something, right? And then it's on, fists flying, tension soaring. But here comes our gal Sarah, looking like an avenging goddess, full name Seraphina and all. Stoneboy's face turns pale as she gives him the stare of doom. Stoneboy tries to play it cool, saying he's not scared of Sarah, who apparently walks around all day doing nothing much. Big mistake. He lunges at Sarah as she gives him a lesson in humility, bonking him behind the head in a blink of an eye. Stoneboy's bleeding, bewildered and probably rethinking his life choices. It seems like Sarah's power allows her to be almost inhumanly fast. Sarah turns to John like, "Where to next?" And John's all casual, suggesting a drink. Sarah's down, but there's a catch. John's treating. He's like, phew, saved by the sip. And just like that, they're out of there, leaving the school and its chaos behind. Meanwhile, back at the infirmary, Doc's had enough of Blyke and Ison's wrestling match. He drags them in, lectures them, and Stoneboy crawls in, looking like he went through a blender. Doc realizes John's missing and goes full-on angry mode. Oh. Fast forward to Wabba Boba, where John and Sarah are sipping drinks and dishing on the epic showdown. Sarah teases John about the whole window-throwing thing, but John's quick to remind her it wasn't a comedy skit. It was survival. Sarah's all, "You're always on the edge," and John's like, "Nah, I just want some peace." But it's not that simple. The world's a battlefield, and John's caught in the middle. Then comes a news flash on the TV. Some legendary hero got taken out, Ember style, complete with their signature mark. And guess what? It's right around the corner from our heroes. John's all concerned, but Sarah's got her mind-your-own-business attitude. No capes required. Sarah shows no concerns and says that people should mind their own business and stop being heroes to save other people, especially if they cannot back themselves up. John mentions that the X Factor wanted to make people feel safe. Sarah asks him if he feels safer, especially when the X Factor is dead. 1 year ago, we dive into John's captivating tale of his grand entrance into the illustrious realm of Wellston Private High School. Picture this. A bright-eyed John struts into the school, ready to rock his new classmates' world with his infectious enthusiasm. Armed with the audacious hope of forging connections, he embarks on a mission to assemble a squad of super friends. But hold on a sec, rewind. Before we unravel the drama, let's rewind to the admissions. John's journey was an epic saga in itself, blood, sweat, and probably some dramatic theme music involved. He was basically a walking legend just to secure his spot in the Wellston Hall of Fame. Oh, how the tables turned. Our protagonist had this grand notion that Wellston was all about hitting the books and channeling his inner Einstein. Well, surprise, that bubble was about to get popped. In a twist of fate, just before a riveting math class. Yes, you heard that right, riveting math class. John's world takes a swivel as Elaine, a classmate who probably should have won an Oscar for her nice girl performance, strikes up a conversation. Now let's give a standing ovation to John's plot twist, the homeschooled prodigy card. Yep. He casually drops the "I've been tackling quantum physics in my PJs" bomb, leaving everyone agog. Elaine's jaw practically hits the floor as she goes from sunshine and rainbows to full-on storm cloud mode. Apparently, John's no-ability revelation was akin to announcing that unicorns were real. But wait, there's more. As the bell rings and the curtains close on class hours, we shift from school drama to an intense showdown outside the hallowed halls. Picture this. Bullies who think they're the kings of the playground decide it's prime time to flex their special abilities and hassle our boy John. Enter the stage-left hero. Or so we thought. Sarah, our mystery damsel from John's class, takes a starring role in this climactic moment. But alas, the script takes an unexpected twist as she stands there, as still as a statue, while John is beaten. In the present moment, as John lounges on his bed post-school, a burst of excitement rings through his phone. It's Sarah! With a casual, "Hello?" He picks up. Picture John, cozied up at home in the afternoon, when suddenly, a call from Sarah lures him into a shopping adventure at the local mall. Not one to easily give in, John pushes back, claiming his fortress cleaning duties and a desire for total homebound bliss. But deep down, Sarah knows he's nursing a school-induced wound. With a knowing grin, she drops some wisdom, nudging John to walk the high-tire walk. He counters, lamenting the complexities of life. Just as he sighs, a knock at the door startles him. And there stands Sarah, surprise painted across his face. He ushers her in, and together, they embark on an epic cleaning spree. Lo and behold, amid the tidying chaos, Sarah stumbles upon a mysterious book titled Unordinary. Swiftly, she convinces John to join her on a spontaneous mall adventure. Quick as a wink, they're off to Cavoro Mall, where Sarah loses herself in a fashion frenzy at Andy's boutique. As Sarah sorts through dresses, John amusingly fumbles with a shirt, misinterpreting lame for something profoundly French. With a playful pout, Sarah enlightens him, triggering a tri-room escapade that leads to a surprising compliment. Cue John's victorious grin, but life has a way of balancing out moments of triumph with a dash of humiliation. In a classic plot twist, John's newfound joy meets an unexpected obstacle, a collision with a stranger. His cheeks ablaze, he encounters an intriguing ability gauge, sparking an idea that even Sarah dismisses as a hoax, until John's persistence prevails. A woman Lavani is extremely mad about the ability gauge. The orange-haired man tries explaining that her power is average, but she isn't having any of it. She calls him a fraud and demands a refund. What a Karen! Her fierce attitude stirs the pot. As tension simmers, John boldly steps in, standing up to Lavani's fiery temper, reminding us that even the unassuming can pack a punch. Cue a breathtaking moment as Lavani teeters on the edge of unleashing her power, until the security guard swoops in, breaking the spell. John seizes the opportunity, ushering a mix of confusion and awe as he defies Lavani's expectations, ultimately diffusing the situation. Lavani bids farewell to the guard, and with a spring in his step, he ventures forth. The guard playfully cautions John and Sarah to steer clear of mischief. Yet, John can't help but feel the weight of injustice, branding it as cruelty. He extends an apology to the friendly stall owner for the commotion, but finds solace in the stall owner's admiration for his courage. Grinning, the stall owner proposes an enticing deal, a complimentary assessment of their abilities. Taking the lead, John nudges Sarah into the spotlight, urging her to showcase her prowess. A triumphant score of 8 sparks cheers from the stall's proprietor, who lauds her remarkable power. A fluffy bear, a token of appreciation, is bestowed upon her, alongside a nostalgic mention of the rarity of such might. The spotlight shifts to John, who, with a gracious decline, leaves his score untold. As they depart, the stall owner waves them off, a delighted smile playing upon his lips. Night descends as John and Sarah exit the lively Cavoro Mall. John muses that the day has sprinted by, only for Sarah to remind him it's due to his nocturnal habits. Gazing at the bustling bus stop, concern creases their brows. A novel idea takes root in John's mind. An alternate stop across the park. The park's ambience is transformed as lamplight guides their path. The traverse over the grass is momentarily disrupted when John senses an elusive presence, his imagination running wild. But a swivel reveals only Sarah's impish grin, her whimsical hope for mall warfare dashed by John's call for help. With a sigh, he concedes the lady's prediction was off-kilter, as power isn't always the ultimate currency. Sarah's antidote to his negativity is simple: focus on oneself and embrace the unbroken arm as a testament to victory. Banter takes an amusing turn when John attempts to christen her newfound teddy bear, his own name suggestion comically vetoed. Yet, an unspoken unease looms, propelling them into an impromptu sprint through the park, an invisible force dogging their heels. Seeking refuge in a narrow lane, John employs a peculiar strategy involving a shirt and gravity-defying suspense. A resolute kick from Sarah unveils their hidden pursuer, prompting a hasty escape. The bus ride leads them back to safety, arriving at their haven where a collective exhale relaxes their frames. Sarah's curiosity lingers on the shadowy apparition, inviting John's speculation. A mere scare tactic, perhaps. Leaning on his gut feeling, John dismisses the unsettling encounter and steers the conversation toward a heartier topic. Dinner, a culinary endeavor, commences, while Sarah lounges on the couch. It's then that her gaze alights upon a forbidden treasure, a banned book she'd once longed to read. John's oversight in leaving it exposed raises her intrigue. As he enters the room, Sarah's fascination bubbles over, inquiring about the book's origin. A A candid revelation unfolds. John's father, the enigmatic author, had secret copies. Sarah's yearning to devour the pages of this contentious work is palpable, kindling curiosity about the scandal it stirred. John's eyebrows shoot up in surprise as he's met with her unexpectedly caring thoughts. An intriguing twist enters the conversation when she brings up the tantalizing rumors swirling around the cursed book, tales of readers becoming delightfully delusional. John, ever the voice of reason, clarifies that these folks aren't simply seeing unicorns, but are actually catching the profound message the book is serving up. A recipe for world-balancing goodness. In a witty exchange, she playfully likens him to one of those vigilante types, and John, with a knowing glint in his eye, playfully retorts that the book might just be his secret mentor. Like a well-executed plot twist, he suggests she venture into the realm of this enigmatic book on her own terms. Of course, she jumps at the chance, accepting the offer. Hold on tight as the scene switches gears. A map flickers on screen, accompanied by a suspenseful beep. It's espionage time, folks. Our stalker seeks permission from an unseen authority to tag a target. Permission granted, and our cloak and dagger specialist carries out the covert operation. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Sarah's taking a snooze on the couch while John's on a first-name basis with the floor. But alas, sweet slumber gives way to a nightmare. Enter stage left. A mystery girl with green hair who takes center stage in John's dream drama. Abruptly, he awakens from his nocturnal theatrics. Sitting up, he finds himself smack dab in the middle of a Sherlock Holmes-esque thought spiral, pondering the puzzling significance of the green-haired apparition. And lo and behold, like a beacon of calm in the storm, Sarah dozes soundly nearby. Facing his newfound introspection head-on, John hits the bathroom, splashes his face with water like a leading man in a movie, and confronts his reflection in the mirror. Cue intense, yet introspective music. He dons his trusty hoodie, steals a last glance at Sarah in her peaceful slumber, and embarks on a journey to satisfy his snack cravings. Picture this: a convenience store oasis where our hero indulges in a snack attack. Amid bites, he slips into a reverie, his eyes sealing shut as he drifts back to the girl of his dreamy musings. Suddenly, he snaps out of it, bagging his snack like a culinary ninja, and dashes back home. Back at the ranch, or rather the house, the door locks in a decisive click as John re-enters his kingdom. Behold, the sound awakens the slumbering Sarah. A classic early riser quip from her sets the stage, but it's clear something's amiss. John's counterquip about sleep evasion prompts her to inquire about the haunting nightmare, though he deftly sidesteps the Inquisition with an invitation to the culinary battleground. Breakfast. Yet even in the midst of muffled munching, Sarah's keen observation detects the oddity at hand, John's sudden vow of silence. Like a detective on the scent, she drills him with concerned inquiries, aiming to unveil the mysterious layers that shroud his behavior today. A taut pause later, he throws out the "I'm fine" card, triggering a shift in the room's atmosphere. With the mood notably shifted, Sarah, determined to unearth the truth, extends her hand of friendship, offering John a safe space to spill the tea on his tribulations. But the script takes an unexpected twist, as John's response borders on sassy, prompting Sarah's dramatic exit. She, with an air of poise, collects her metaphorical trench coat and dramatically departs stage left, leaving us in suspense. Outside, a palpable tension brews as Sarah consults her trusty sidekick, the ever-present smartphone. With a mixture of anxiety and intrigue, she races back to her haven, the Wellston dormitories. Enter Elaine, the inquisitive friend, launching a barrage of questions about Sarah's nocturnal whereabouts and the apparent radio silence on her end. Sarah, now a master of her emotions, reads between the lines of Elaine's queries. Cue the epic, deadly gaze, a visual crescendo of silent intensity that captures Sarah's simmering frustrations. She's frozen in fear, like a deer caught in headlights. Sarah's voice breaks the ice, reminding her of the countless times she warned against meddling in her affairs. With a sigh, she retreats to her bedroom and Elaine plops down on the floor. Just then, a call lights up Elaine's phone screen. It's Arlo, his voice curious about Sarah's whereabouts. In her room, Sarah rummages through her bag, only to be interrupted by a text from John, the master of subtlety. He urges caution with a mysterious book, hinting at trouble. The book's pages flutter under Sarah's touch, revealing the words, "Dedicated to my son." A knock jolts Sarah back to reality. The book finds a swift hiding spot as she answers the door, revealing Arlo on the other side. He's on a mission to talk, and Sarah's not having it. She attempts to shut him out, but Arlo's persistence prevails. He spills the beans about a turf war challenge and extends an unexpected offer. Sierra as their sub-queen. Her refusal is swift, but Arlo's not backing down. He paints a picture of responsibility and the school's honor, throwing in a dash of drama by explaining Remy's absence due to family woes. No need to fight the small fry, Arlo reassures her. They just need her to be present. Time jumps forward, and suddenly, Sarah, Arlo, Blyke, and Elaine are all aboard a train, journeying toward the battleground with equal parts excitement and nerves. The battlefield ignites as Blyke charges at Rain, but her agility, thanks to some surprising spider-like appendages, turns his efforts into an elegant dodge dance. She strikes back with those spindly legs, leaving him momentarily hapless. Yet Blyke bounces back, skillfully sidestepping her next assault and landing a solid hit. However, Rain's not done, sprouting 2 more legs and retaliating fiercely, injuring Blyke. Meanwhile, Sarah waits for Arlo's final call, but the dramatic pause drags on. Blyke muses over just how many legs Rain's got up her sleeve. Rain, intrigued by his grit, questions why his squad hasn't bailed him out. A feisty retort from Blyke sets the stage for the ultimate showdown, but then, a curveball. Sarah halts the chaos, admitting defeat. She commands Elaine to tend to Blyke and playfully taunts Arlo for the mess he's made while she was away for a mere semester. Ready to step in, she's met with a halt from Arlo himself, claiming he's got this. Cue the victory drums as Team Agwin erupts in celebration. But wait, Brovin adds a drop of wisdom to the jubilation, warning Rain not to soar too high. After all, Wellston's never been beaten for no reason. Rain brushes off the concern, oozing confidence. Now the spotlight shifts to the main event. Arlo, the kingpin of Wellston, versus Rain, Agwin's indomitable queen. The duel sparks with Rain lunging at Arlo, only for him to shield up like a champ. Annoyed, Rain flips and bounds above, hunting for a chink in Arlo's armor. Little does she know, his force field deflects her advances, leaving her bruised and bewildered. Arlo steps forward, Rain's attacks doing no damage to him at all. He grabs the girl by the neck as her teammates try to intervene. Sadly, Arlo's barrier is too strong, and they fall to the ground after crashing into the force field. Arlo continues squeezing as a tense stare-off occurs. Amidst the chaos, Sierra steps in, demanding Arlo back off. But can she boss him around after her hiatus? Arlo's retort ruffles Sierra's feathers, and she charges, shattering his shield with a single punch. Both bruised and battered, Arlo loses his grip on Rain's throat, and she crumples. Brovin dashes to her side, Arlo's scolding echoing in the background. Brovin claims their brawls turned into an embarrassment. Sierra saunters up and serves Arlo with a choice: tuck tail and exit, or brace for a showdown. The gauntlet's thrown, the battle's not yet buried. Brovin makes a bold choice to graciously bow out of the fight, knowing victory's not in the cards. Meanwhile, Team Wellston hops onto the train ride back home. A chit-chat caravan. Arlo, being the inquisitive soul he is, nudges Elaine for insights into Sierra's puzzling behavior. Turns out Sarah's been ghosting her like a bad breakup. Arlo's all like, "You gotta check on your roomie, girl." And guess who's the culprit behind the chaos? John, the enigmatic wild card. Elaine spills the tea on John, Mr. Mysterious, their classmate with a major power deficiency. Sarah even crashed at his crib last night. Arlo's suddenly Mr. Protective, ordering Elaine to keep Sarah in check while he takes on John mano a mano. Meanwhile, John sneezes. Who in the world is thinking of him? He hears the news about the Vigilante's demise. The superhero bites the dust. Cue John's internal alarm bells. The danger's inching closer to Wellston. News time. Those heroic VIPs are dropping like flies. The public's split. Vigilantes suck. Versus, well, they kinda stoked the fire. Cut to Ison being the ultimate morning surprise ninja for Blyke. Post-turf war blues got Blyke looking like yesterday's leftovers. They chat. Blyke slips about Sierra's ambush on Arlo, and Ison's luck meter spikes. Sneaky. With a dash of chaos, John stumbles into Arlo. Oopsie! Arlo's sidekick Gavin flips his lid, but John's got a history test to wing. A fist bump of luck, and John's off to save the test day. Arlo, though, has a mind bubble. John's not exactly trembling before the king like a standard cripple should. Curiosity ignited. Arlo interrogates a nearby student about what a cripple would do if he bumped into the king, and the answer is the same as Arlo's thought. he would be scared shitless. Surprisingly, John doesn't care, and this ticks off Arlo. Sunny vibes surround Sarah as she conquers virtual realms on her phone. Score. But wait, the word perfect is like a time machine, zapping her to the past. She's been top tier her whole life, but it's like being on a roller coaster with no brakes. Sarah's flashback hits, starring a certain John who faced down bullies like a kung fu champ. Somehow, past John dodges the two bullies and knees one of them in the gut. He then charges at the remaining boy and covers his face with a jacket, blinding him. Using this opportunity, John pushes the blinded kid into his charging friend and escapes, running past Sarah. Cripple versus specials? John emerges victorious, cue Sarah's surprise meter shattering. As John sprints away, he tells Sarah, "Thanks for nothing." Still in the past, John's a cake commander. The triple choco cake has a magnetic pull. Sarah wants a piece, John says. No, Duel of determination ensues and kaboom, cake carnage. She's mad. He's unbothered. The crowd's eyes turn saucer-sized, witnessing the perfect warrior falling to a cripple. Sarah lets out her inner volcano, while bystanders scatter like startled pigeons. Tears of frustration flow, and the perfect facade cracks. In the hustle and bustle of today, Sarah's phone buzzes with a message from John. Turns out he's faced a history test fiasco. But fear not, he's got a lunch plan brewing. As she descends the stairs, whispers about her spat with Arlo fill the air. The gossip mill's churning, labeling her antics as absurd. Yet, as she glides through the crowd, silence falls like a royal hush. She strides on like a true queen. Time for a quick jump to John's spot. His place, post-workout, finds him guzzling water when his phone leaps to life. Dad's calling. A quick chat unfolds. A dose of ember caution is shared. John's all nonchalant, assuring his old man he's got it under wraps. Another ring, a goodbye exchange, and John's back to his hydration mission. Whoosh, over to Wellston dorms where Sarah's cozied up, engrossed in John's borrowed book, dedicated to my son, graces the page, launching Sarah into a thought whirlpool. Flip, flip, and more pages dive until book time ends and a gentle toss onto the bed is in order. Fresh air beckons, shoes are adorned, and the exit's the target. But wait, Elaine pops in with an orange juice offer. A rain check, Sarah says as she strolls into the open. Outside musings revolve around the book's tale, sparking thoughts of a curious concept. Protecting the land of the underdogs. It's a head-scratcher for Sarah, who supposes John's dad might have penned it to promote unity among the high and mighty and the downtrodden. Bingo! Sarah cracks the code on why this book's a societal structure shaker, hence the banning brouhaha. Meanwhile, while Sarah's MIA, Elaine sneaks in like a juice ninja, leaving a glass of citrus delight on her desk. And what's that? Elaine's eyes catch the book title, Unordinary. Plot twist. Back to Sarah, who returns to a citrus surprise and an unmistakable hint that Elaine's seen the book by now. Meanwhile, in Elaine's room, she's on a mission, scouring the internet for that elusive book. Turns out, this book is like the origin story of vigilantes, the spark that set it all in motion. As Elaine dives deeper into her quest, she unearths a startling revelation. A slew of vigilantes have been meeting unfortunate fates lately. Cue the jaw drop and laptop slam. She's left reeling but determined, pondering her next move. No way is she letting Sarah dive into this vigilante vortex. Phone in hand, she dials Arlo and boom, connection established. Elaine goes full-on news anchor mode, spilling the beans on the latest developments. Arlo, chill vibes only, tells her to take it easy and keep this nugget of info under wraps. Over on the school's chill spot, Sarah and John are perched on the rooftop. Vibes a bit tense. John's sweating bullets because result cards are lurking around the corner, and Sarah's like, "Relax, dude, it's out of your hands." Now Sarah drops the bomb. She can't just return the book. John's Sherlocking skills activate, deducing that Elaine must have cracked the book's code. Classic Elaine, right? He gives her the no rewind lecture, but Sarah owns up to her slip-up. What now? John queries, flexing his strategic muscles. Sarah's got no exit plan, because she doesn't want to paint a trail right to John. "What's your move then?" asks John, looking like a master strategist. Sarah's response? A shrug. She's as lost as a sock in a dryer, but hold up. John's not done. He wants the lowdown on her take on the book. Sarah ain't holding back, labeling it absurd and clueless. She's itching for some enlightenment, and John comes through with the hero goss from Unordinary. Dude's packing power but still got love for the underdogs. John even admits, "Yeah, I'd join that squad if I had powers." Sarah does the apologetic shuffle, admitting she can't just swing the book back to the library. John's all chill, though. He's practically recited that book like a Shakespearean monologue. Maybe it's time for a little book detox. Meanwhile, Blike's playing the studious guru in the library when Remy swoops in with a tower of books. Blike's got that deer-in-headlights look as he greets the unexpected guest. Remy's back from her hiatus, ready to play catch-up on all the school shenanigans she missed. She's got the rundown on the turf war triumph, plus the juicy scoop on Sierra's showdown with Arlo. Apparently, it's an always a feud situation. Old news, not her drama. Blike switches gears, curious about why she dashed out so suddenly. Remy's reply hits like a thunderbolt. She rushed off to attend her brother's funeral, a heart-wrenching emergency caused by his murder. Meanwhile, John's anxiety mounts in the classroom as the teacher gears up to hand out report cards. Tension gnaws at him, and he pushes his pencil to its limit, memories of past wounds resurfacing. Just as the past threatens to consume him, the pencil snaps, jerking him back to reality. Relief floods John's face as the grades prove better than expected. In the corridors, Arlo's mind churns, fixated on Sarah. He attributes her altered demeanor to a mysterious book. Abruptly, John and Arlo collide once again, causing Arlo's papers to cascade to the floor. Amid shocked onlookers, Arlo's unexpected kindness shines as he assists John, leaving them all astonished. A mischievous grin accompanies Arlo's exit. Arlo's next move? A rendezvous with Ison. Their conversation swirls around John, a self-proclaimed cripple always in Sarah's orbit. Arlo's suspicions about John trigger an order for Ison to uncover his hidden truths. Ison's resistance crumbles under Arlo's authority, the investigation shrouded in secrecy. Amidst it all, John finds himself face to face with the unsettling death pool, a grim guessing game for the next superhero demise. Enraged by the callous behavior of Krolik, who torments a fellow student, John steps in, his fist striking like lightning. An unexpected reminiscence tempers his fury, and John makes a swift exit, leaving Krolik in his wake. Across the corridor, Ison's watchful eyes absorb the scene, his curiosity piqued. Meanwhile, Remy traverses the same corridor, her gaze drawn to the haunting death pool. Tears spill as she gazes upon the names, but with a jolt of electricity, she rids the paper of its pain, leaving only X static untouched. Elaine answers the knock, welcoming Remy's presence. A purpose in her eyes, Remy seeks out Sarah. The room reveals more than just conversation, as Remy senses something peculiar about a teddy bear. Permission granted, Remy discovers a clandestine transmitter nestled within. Sarah's revelation points to a mall encounter, a sinister plot targeting higher tiers. Remy's cautionary words linger in the air. And elsewhere, Ison takes a seat on the stairs. Recapping the scoop on John's past connections, it's a conclusion that he's just your run-of-the-mill guy. But hold up! A light bulb flickers in his brain. He dives into the pool of info and holds it up against yesterday's twist. Turns out, yesterday flipped the script on everything he knew. Cue Ison's mission to chat with John. Surprise party. John's face. Ison spills the tea about a school mag article on low rankers QQ and AMB time. John's down, but hey, his class is like, "Yo, start soon." Ison's like, "Good one, I don't care." That's it for today. Keep your eyes peeled for part 2 and make sure to like and subscribe for more recaps like this.